All right, welcome back to LearnWire. I'm going to give you guys an update on my Pinterest website project that I just got kicked off the last couple of weeks. So I'm going to just show you kind of an update of where we're at. You can see that we have the Pinterest account is created and we have pins going to it. I'm going to show you all about the process and how we're doing this. And we also have the website is up and running. We've got blog posts going to the blog as well. Definitely the home page needs some work. Obviously, I haven't even done anything like look at this, add a title. Obviously need to do this, but I don't care. I'm not trying to rank this on Google. Like I said, the whole test of this project is to see how much traffic we can get from Pinterest. So I really don't care about SEO and I don't care about Google in this case. But so I'll be probably spending a couple hours optimizing the home page here at some point. We obviously need to go and kind of update this. You can see we're using the Cadence WordPress theme right over here. So let me jump in and just kind of show you a diagram of what we've been doing so far. And keep in mind, this is just free information I'm giving you, which is pretty cool. You can follow along. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I'll be posting more updates as they come in. I definitely need to do a couple things to the website as far as installing, our analytics tools so we can start measuring when we start getting traffic and so forth. So that'll be happening over the next few days. But as you can see right over here, let me go ahead and get out a arrow right over here. So you can see that the first step that we did was we used PinClick's software tool. I'll leave that link in the description if you want to go check it out. It's the best niche and keyword research tool that I've seen on the market for Pinterest. Most of the tools that have to do with Pinterest are always like posting tools and pin creation tools and so forth, which those are great. But when it comes to researching what you should be creating your pins on based on real data from Pinterest, now, of course, you can always go into Pinterest and use what they have, but it's very limited. It's not going to return. It only returns about 30 keywords per types of search. And PinClicks can return hundreds of keywords, kind of like your traditional keyword research tool that you've been using for SEO. So PinClicks, if you're going to get serious, probably is the tool on the market. And I think it starts at like $29 or something like that per month. You get a 5-day free trial on it. So the link below, pretty cool stuff. So I am using that to create my spreadsheet that we're working on. Okay. So this is where we use PinClicks for researching niche and keywords. And of course we went with the keto. So let me go over here and just put this in. So we actually went with keto niche is what we kind of went with, right? So I'm going to put that in right here. So we had the keto niche and we have a spreadsheet with, I guess I'm not going to log in right now because I'd have to pull up that spreadsheet and so forth, but it basically has a bunch of keywords that have to do with keto diet. And so that was kind of some research that we did right there. I also then went and used Claude AI to brainstorm domain names. And I might have used some ChatGPT in here as well. So just use whatever you're comfortable with, ChatGPT or Claude. We came across ketocrush.com and it was available and it was brandable. And so we kind of just went with that one. So we went with ketocrush.com, went and registered that. And then we had to go and get hosting. I actually had to go and get new hosting. I think I went with Hostinger because my SiteGround account is maxed out and I'm on their top tier. I have one of my websites that is very image heavy. And so it's taking up like 12 gigabytes of storage or something like that. So I had to, for this project, I know it's going to have a lot of images and it's going to be a big project as well. And so I had to go and get more hosting. And I just decided to just go with a different hosting. Hostinger was a little bit more affordable and so forth. And they were also more generous with the amount of storage that they gave. So I went ahead and just went with them, try them out this time. Okay. So we went and got our hosting. I should move the arrow. Got hosting installed, WordPress, and plugins and themes. So these are all the things. I don't know about you, but this step right here is like the most kind of mundane, tedious, and boring. After building so many sites throughout the years, it's my least favorite part. I probably should get my virtual assistant trained on creating websites next time, or maybe record myself doing it so then I can send that training over to them so that they can do the next one. Because certainly all these tasks right here, right? Because once we did this, then we went and we set up all the categories and on the website. And I believe we set up 10 categories. Okay. And so all of this takes a lot of time. You've got to go in and go into the posts and then go into the categories and then add a category. And I should say that one of the categories inside the site actually has 10 subcategories underneath it. So that one was keto recipes. So under keto recipes, we had 10, keto lunch recipes, keto dinner recipes, keto breakfast recipes, keto snacks, keto appetizers, so we broke it down into very specifics because we want to really target those. Okay. So very important. So then the other thing, I don't know if I mentioned that over here, is that each category, right? So each of these categories, and I will show you this part. So each category that I created on the website, when we go into Pinterest and then I go into how do I show my boards? Edit profile? No. Okay, so I'm just going to pretend like I'm creating a new pin inside of Pinterest. And then this is where we select our boards, okay? So you can see these boards right here. We have keto health, keto appetizers and party foods, keto bread and baked goods, keto breakfast recipes, keto desserts, keto, we have a lot more pinning to do to be able to put pins in each one of these. But we have keto dinner recipes, keto for beginners, keto lifestyle lunch recipes, keto meal planning, keto Q&A, keto side dishes. So you can see we have about 20 boards created because inside of one of the keto recipes, instead of it just calling everything keto recipes, right, and putting thousands of pins in one board, I think it's better to break it up into different categories. And what I did was we created one board per category on the website. And so these boards right here, they match. I guess I'll just go ahead and log in real quick. So I'll log into the site and you can see right over here's the categories, right? So we have keto and health, keto beginners, keto lifestyle, see keto Q&A. And then right over here under keto recipes, we put subcategories under here. And each one of those is also a board. So all in all, we have, about whatever this is, 20 boards for Pinterest that match our categories. And then we also have all this matching on our spreadsheet, which I'm not going to show you the spreadsheet right now. And so that tells the VA exactly what to do, what pin goes into what category. And when they create the content, it goes into here. And then it goes, when we create the pins, that will tell you what board it actually goes in right over here. So then when they're creating the board, they'd go in here and they would select the correct board based on the spreadsheet, right? So everything matches up, really cool. And figuring out the process was the hardest part. And remember, this is a test. I don't know if this SOP is going to work. Some of you that have already done all this, maybe this SOP isn't going to work, but this is a test that we're going to be doing. The next part was a lot of, planning and training because we basically I created a standard process, an SOP for my VA to follow. I got a Word document out and I put step 1, do this, step 2, do this, step 3, with all the logins and all that kind of stuff. We did run into some issues where, for example, Koala Writer, they don't let you add team members, but I have reached out to their support. And for now, unfortunately, like a tool like that's very well funded, I'm so surprised that they don't have any support for team members. It's such a bummer, but they did give the permission to give my login information to my VA, which I don't like doing that, but I do trust my VA. I've been working with them for over a year. They're very trustworthy. So I just shared my login information to Koala Writer. I also have a lot of, let's go log into that real quick to show you guys that. So we'll log into Koala Writer, and I have a lot of credits that I need to use by next month. And that's another kind of motivation as to why I wanted to, that was a lot of motivation to why I wanted to get this project up and running, because you can see we have 250,000 words in the credit pack that I purchased almost a year ago, right? And so I have 146,000 words left, and I know that we're kind of on crunch time because they expire. They expire on November 20th. You can see up here we have 1 month right now. And I think that we'll easily be able to get to use all these credits because we've got a nice SOP. We've got a lot of articles written. I think she's already written over 50,000 words in this project already. So that was a big motivation. When you buy these big credit packs, it's an amazing sale and so forth, but you got to remember you have to have a process in order to use these credits. And in my opinion, the only way to actually use these credits is if you're doing this full time. I'm running multiple YouTube channels and I do a lot of other things. And so I don't have time to sit here and create AI content and niche websites all day long. So if you're kind of like me, you're going to need a VA, a virtual assistant. You're going to need an admin. You're going to need somebody to help you to do these projects, right? And then there's training involved with getting those projects off the ground and running as well. But I think we finally landed at a really good SOP, and I think it's just going to go really smooth from here, and we can build this website out really good. And then guess what? If this process actually ends up working, then we would just repeat the process and we build another niche website, right? And so we can go over here into the Koala Writer, and you can see, look at this. Keto enchilada casserole, keto egg muffins, keto egg. Look at all the articles that we're writing. We're writing like a ton of articles right here. Cool. And that is going and reflecting on the website. When we come over here, these are now going over here into blog. Some of them go into the blog categories and some of them are keto recipes, right? So under blog, we have this right here. And then under keto recipes, these are the 10 subcategories that have to do with just recipes, right? And then the blog, all other categories fit under blog. And that's kind of the way we set this up. Now you can see right over here, look, we're creating custom thumbnails. They look really good. They're branded. They got the website name. So this is the advantage of having somebody doing this for you, which is super, super cool, right? And so we can go in there. These are all written with Koala. I think that it's my favorite AI writer. It's just so easy to use. The images are great. The content is high quality. So many people are ranking so much content with Koala. It's just because of the simplicity of it and so forth. It's just, you guys always ask me what's my favorite. I know I do a lot of reviews on AI writers and so forth. Koala Writer, it really does stand up to the hype. I know a lot of people push that product and so forth, but Koala Writer is the easiest. It's pretty generous on the pricing, I think, as well. And it's just, I like simplicity. I don't like to be overwhelmed with a million different options, which you get in Agility Writer, you get in Zim Writer, all that. And if you want as much fine tuning as possible, then those tools are for you. Koala Writer, I can get the same results by just having something a little bit more ready to go, push a couple buttons and get quality content. So we're using Koala Writer because it's my favorite writer, and then also because I have that credit pack that we need to use. And then after that, I'll probably just get on a monthly plan with them or something like that. So we're also creating images what I like here too is in Koala Writer, we can actually go over here, and when we're creating our images, we select image, right? We can actually choose the image size. And what was the image size that we're using? Oh yeah, we're using a 2:3. So this 2:3 for the images is a Pinterest style image. And so it creates those images to look like that, which is super, super cool, right? Because then later on, we can go back over here and I can have I think there's a widget that I can put in here for people to be able to come to the site and then pin this and then just continuing to share all these pins, which will just be great. So you can see right over here, we got our key takeaways. We've got all of our really good images right over here. It's just great content. Reads really well. We'll need to come in here if I care enough. We'll do some internal backlinking and so forth. But right now, we're not really doing that. We're just trying to get content up in an organized way on the site. And then that way we can, get pins. And so we kind of blasted this with, about maybe 20 articles to start. And then now we are going back in and we are scheduling all of our pins in a certain software. Okay. So this is kind of my update. So what do we do right here? So we created a process SOP. We use a spreadsheet of keywords from pin clicks to create articles in Koala Writer. Kind of showed you that. We create 10 pins for each article. 5 are custom built in Canva. I need to fix that right there. Canva. And then 5 are created with AI images. So we will be using Ideogram, but we ran into a hiccup with that for now. So we're actually using like Leonardo AI or something like that. But the tool for the AI images will be Ideogram, in the next couple of days once we get that sorted out. Again, another tool that doesn't allow team members. I don't know why these tools that have millions of people going to them don't allow us to pay, right? Like I'm a business owner. I will pay for an additional account. Why don't you let me do that? And they just don't let you do that. I don't know why. They just don't think of that. And then we use ChatGPT to create pin titles. And I think there's a reason. ChatGPT definitely wins when it comes to team management and just ease of use when it comes to, some people just don't know how to use Claude or they get confused by it or whatever. So we're using ChatGPT. I think that more people are familiar with ChatGPT. So I just decided to use that in my process with my VA. So we're using ChatGPT to create our pin titles, descriptions, hashtags, and AI image prompts. So what they do is they put the keyword in and then it creates 10 posts for us, all unique. And then what it does is it also gives us 10 AI image prompts or 5 AI image prompts that we can now go in and we can put those into the AI image creator to create 5 images as well. So then we use an auto scheduler software to schedule them all. I will make a video on that when, this video is getting too long, but I'll make a video on the whole scheduling process. Now I have a lot of different tools. I have Follower, I have Marquee, and believe it or not, you run into issues with those where we want to really schedule out a lot of pins. We want to get up to, around the closer to 40 pins per day on this account would be better. I know some people that are doing 100 pins per day. They probably have to have multiple other accounts in order to blast their account like that. And some people are saying that 100 pins per day on an account are totally fine. It works great. I'm going to go cautious on the side of caution. I'm going to kind of go, ease into it. There's no point in, doing all this work and then basically getting our account shut down, our Pinterest account. So we are easing into it. I think we're starting off with 25 pins per day, and then we're going to move that up to about 35 pins per day or something like that. This auto scheduler right here, my friend told me about it. It's really good, affordable, and they have team management and so forth. But they, on their highest tier, you can post a maximum of 36 pins per day. And I think that's going to be a great balance. So that's probably where we're going to end up at, about 36 pins per day. And they do that for protection. They don't want your accounts to get shut down. So that'll be where, the maximum amount that we end up publishing per day on this account. I've never published that many pins to a Pinterest account before. I think we were doing up to about 15, 16 pins per day on my LearnWire Pinterest account, and I was doing really well growing that account. So I can only imagine by doubling that and then also, just one last kind of thing, this particular project right here, remember, this is in a niche that should do pretty well on Pinterest, right? We selected this because the recipes and diet and all that kind of stuff do well on Pinterest, whereas AI software like LearnWire does not do well at all on Pinterest, and we were still able to tap in and do pretty decent on our Pinterest account. So the goal and the estimation is that we will be able to, do something, start performing pretty well on Pinterest. So just wanted to give you guys an update video on the Pinterest niche website project. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you watched the entire video, and I'll see you in my next update video.